pit lane. The Napa Fall Final is under the green flag. Woody Pitkat and Glenn Reen bring the field of 30 cars to turn 1 for the first time.
They're doubled up 2 by 2. Nobody stepping out of line. Down the back straightaway. Woody Pitkat, but right on his back bumper is Matty Galco. They work their magic off turn number 4. Back to the stripe they come. Pitkat will lead the first circuit.
Reen tucks in the line in second. Galco in third. The side-by-side racing is from fourth on back. Chris Pastriak under fire now from the inside. That is going to be Matt Hirschman next in line. Marcello Rafrano now up to fourth. A big move for Rafrano off of turn number 2 and up the back straightaway. Up to fourth with Hirschman now in fifth.
Side-by-side battle between the number 60 of Hirschman. He runs to the inside. The tail that wags the dog there is the number 1 car.
Oh, trouble back straightaway. One car gets turned.
It is the 179 machine, and it appears that the other car that is involved is the number 75 car. 3 laps of the 80 into the record.
Bello failing to coming in just about
advantage if Anthony Bello can make it back out. And
co-modifieds here today.
The overall distance. They used to say it was the perfect amount of laps to run at a half-mile facility here at Stafford. Looking for perfection. Off turn number 4. Green is back out. And Woody Pitkat sticks that car to the bottom, but here comes Marcello Rafrano, but the brand new leader becomes Matt Galco.
Been a while since we've seen Galco at the front of the field here at Stafford, and here comes the number 3 leading the way off of turn number 4. Marcello Rafrano, maybe the fastest car on the racetrack, will go with him up to second. Pitkat back to third, and then it's going to be the 10 for Glenn Reen and Matt Hirschman rounding out the top 5. They single out among the front 5 or so cars. Steven Kopsick just out of the top 5 and 6th. And then the double wide racing resumes with Jake Johnson and Chris Pastriak.
Well, it appears that back up front, Matt Galco is going to have his hands full, but he is still the quickest car on the racetrack. Last time by, turned to time 19.132. How was Marcello Rafrano in second? He just dipped in and went a 19.092. That's how close they are among the top cars. Steven Kopsick back in the 6th spot. Jake Johnson is up to 7th. Chris Pastriak back to 8th. Ronnie Williams is in 9th. And Ronnie Silks, that's among the top 10.
Teddy Hodgson, aggressive moves mid-pack, just out of the top 10. And car number 55 made it 3 wide a moment ago off of turn number 4 to pick up a few positions, including George Bissett Jr. Goes to work now on Max Zackham in turn number 3. Dives it to the inside of the racetrack. That is a battle for 14th on the speedway. On your screen right now, Ronnie Williams and Jake Johnson going nose-to-nose into turn number 1 in a bid for the 8th spot. And Jake Johnson will pick up that position. A 2-time winner of this series. Both of those wins coming at the much smaller Star Speedway. Wanting a good run here at the Connecticut Half Mile.
And now working his magic in the 11th spot, it is Goodale with car number 58. You're looking at the 16 car of Silk making a bold move down underneath Jake Johnson. Jake Johnson's car is prepared by Ryan Stone. And now Silk has now broken into the top 10 in the 9th position. Directly in front of him is Glenn Reen with the 10 car. Ronnie Williams is up to the 6th spot. Out in front, Matty Galco in a car that is prepared for the competition by a gentleman that's been around this racetrack for quite some time, and that is Stas Butova. Meanwhile, Kyle, you pointed it out earlier, the guy who's trying everything using the bottom of the racetrack is Teddy Hodgson. Hodgson is back in the 14th position, and he is contending with the 00 of Michael Christopher, and Bissett is right there as well.
Meanwhile, toward the front of the field and just out of the top 5, Williams and Silk had a good battle going on a couple laps ago.
Oh.
Williams now to the inside of Kopsick for the 5th spot in turn number 3. Ronnie Williams will take that position away. So move Williams up to 5th, Kopsick back to 6th, and then Ron Silk next in line in 7th as Bello is off the pace, heading back to the pit lane in the 179. So the struggles continue there for Anthony.
We're watching a battle. Glenn Reen's car was sideways in the last circuit by. There's Goodale, car 58, GAF. Moved to the bottom of the racetrack, picked up the spot. Goodale is now in the top 10. He's not done yet. Meanwhile, further back, the 13 is Max Zackham. He is working his magic there as well. Zackham is back in the 15th and 16th position, trying to get around Bissett. 16 of 80 laps in the record books. Matty Galco is taking no prisoners at the front of this event. All part of the Napa Fall Final, the highlight of the afternoon.
Galco brings them back down to the start-finish line, leading another lap. But again, like you mentioned, and what we heard from our infield pit reporters, pre-race tire management could be crucial here today. 2 tire change potentially, depending on if or when the cautions fall over the course of this event. Just 1 early yellow, as we are 2 laps shy of 1/4 distance.
While you were discussing that, we just saw Ronnie Silk with a power move that he went around Stephen Kopsick like he was standing still. What is interesting about this, the season started and Kopsick was the crew chief on the Silk race car for the open shows. That's not the case anymore. He's out there wheeling his car. Matty Galco still in command, Rafano still in second, Pitcat in striking distance in third, Hirschman is fourth, and Williams looking a little further back. Joey Mucciacciaro turning some heads. Michael Christopher struggled with the 00 car in qualifying. And now Bissett is right behind him. That's the orange and black number 39 car. And then Joey Zip Drive, Joey Cipriano, car number 51 with Max Zackham. That's what you're looking at if you're watching us on Flow.
Just ahead of them, coming into your screen, Glenn Reen continuing to struggle just a bit, backsliding, lost the spot to Chris Pastriak.
Here comes
a moment
Goodale.
ago, Pastriak in the 75. And then the 10 for Reen. You mentioned Eric Goodale looking to make a move further up and into the top 10, closing in on Jake Johnson.
He had Jake Johnson guarding that inside lane to the bottom of turn 1. You're watching, you're riding with him as he comes off that second turn down the back straightaway. Goodale goes to the bottom of the racetrack. Does it stick? Does it work? At the stripe, they are even. And Johnson had it on that circuit. Kyle, Goodale and Johnson might be the 2 sleepers in this event, but they are not sleeping. They have come to life. And now Goodale has picked up yet another position. He's in the 8th spot.
Johnson back to position number 9 as they cross the start-finish line, working lap number 25 of this 80-lap Napa Fall Final. Leaders coming off of turn number 4 right now. Matt Galco has been at the front of the field for a majority of the opening quarter of this event over Marcello Rafano, who looked like at the restart would be able to stay with him and make a move, but that has not been the case. About 8 or 9 car lengths between the top 2. That is 1 second on the speedway, and then another second back to Woody Pitcat in third.
Oh, trouble
Matt
now.
Hirschman in fourth.
Got crossed up, Kyle. He ended up coming across the track and got down into the grass with the number 39 car. As they work their magic back off turn number 4, that is the pack of cars, and now we see the number 99 of Tyler Hines, the former Richard Savory car, trying to make a move down underneath Meserve in the 45 car.
There's Teddy Hodgson to the inside, and one car spins back straightaway, solo spin. And that'll put us under the caution flag for a second time, and for a second time is David Arute in the Monaco Ford sponsored car.
So he ends up spinning, bringing out our second caution of leading Matty. But there's one thing
with several other
going on the 40.
Matt Swanson
so far. Never count out Tommy Barry. Chase Dowling, and then Stafford. Barry Kid has been the man that brings out the barrel for Van Horst, and we appreciate him doing that. That's not an easy job, but 2x2 ready. Spotters are ready.
Talking about Tyler Berry, of course.
Yes, nice
SK
young man.
Light competitor.
Former champion.
Former champion last year in the SK Lights, wrapping up a pretty good local high school soccer season as well for Tyler Berry for Norwich Tech.
Want you to pay attention to where we are now, because Matty Galco and Marcello Rafano's in the front row. Woody Pitcat, Matt Hirschman, row number 2. Row 3, Ronnie Williams and Ronnie Silk. Row 4, Stephen Kopsick, Eric Goodale. Row 5, Jake Johnson and Chris Pastriak. You think it's going to stay like that for long? You are wrong, because these boys came to win $15,000. Here's Kyle Rickey as we're about to fire them back up to green.
Coming back down to the green flag to begin lap number 27 of 80 here in the Napa Fall Final, and it's going to be Matt Galco trying to get the jump on Marcello Rafano. Back to turn number 2 they go, and it is Galco pacing the field up the back straightaway. Here's Woody Pitcat stepping out of line. One car goes spinning further back, and it could be the corner car.
Yep, it is a corner car, I believe. Meanwhile, Ronnie Williams has moved that 50 car into the 4th position, and we've got another minor spin.
Noah Corner on the restart, got out of shape off of turn number 2. Not sure if there was contact or not to begin that spin for Noah in his first Monaco modified start of the season. An 11-time winner at the racetrack in both legend cars and damage.
On the
front 10 to kind of break deep on the bottom.
Galco guards the inside lane, but Marcello Rafano steps on the gas. Galco gets the bite. Back to the stripe they come. Matty Galco is back on top of his game. But the big mover and shaker, look back to the 5th position. It is car number 16, Ronnie Silk. He's moving to the outside.
Oh, trouble further back. Marcotte goes around, had some help from Flynn, and Green was in that mix as well, and they're still crashing here on the front stretch with Bissett and Byrne.
So there was action at both ends of the racetrack. Bissett's car come to a screeching halt just to the right of the start-finish line.
Window net down for George Bissett Jr. Helmet is quickly off, and he is
It looks like his day is about to end.
Down here in Stephen, the motor that.
But no, we're going to go back to green. 29 of 80 laps on pit road.
$11 laps shy of halfway as the field is off with turn 4. Galco has been out front since lap number 4.
And a little bobble on the start. That cost Matty Galco a bit. But did it cost him enough? No. He pulls away down the back straightaway. Factor number 2 becomes car number 50. And now moving into the inside, Marcello Rafano. Hirschman right there, challenging for the 3rd spot.
And just doing what Matt Hirschman does,
Yep.
and hang around at the front of the field.
Trouble
Another
now.
spin off of turn number 2, solo spin. We'll see if that car can get fired back up and we can stay under the green flag as we click off lap number 31. Back to turn 1 they go. It is
the number 10, Glenn Green.
Struggles continue.
Yep, either Glenn is spot on or he struggles. And I think tonight it is a story of struggling. Back up front, side-by-side battle. Just a few minutes ago, we saw Williams up to the top 3, but now he's dropped back to the 5th spot. And Silk is in the 6th position. Directly behind him, it is Goodale, the GAF car. Now Goodale takes a peek to the inside of Silk. Silk says, no way. Up front, lapped automobile becomes Glenn Reen. 33 of the 80 laps now complete. There's your leader, Matty Galko.
Matt Hirschman closing now to within about 0.3 of a second. Just a couple of car lengths on the racetrack.
He makes it look so easy too, Kyle, as he just reels him in cautiously and nicely. We'll check the times for you. Last circuit by, 0.258 between first and second. That's like blinking your eyes 3 times.
And here comes Matt Hirschman, wanting to become the 3rd different leader in this event. Still a few laps shy of halfway. 36 of 80 complete. 2-car race right now at the point. Galko and Hirschman watching some great racing. Mid-pack back to turn number 1. Corner out of line just in front of the 51 of Cipriano.
And it appears Jake Johnson is back there as well after running up front. Teddy Hodgson. He's been performing to perfection for quite some time. Meanwhile, trouble now, little contact. The 5 of Marcotte made contact with Narducci, and Noah Corner is right there. That's in a mid-pack of cars that is back there for the 16th, 17th, and 18th position. That's what you're looking at now on flow.
A lot happening on the racetrack as the leaders mid-pack putting Glenn Reen a lap down as the race leaders at the front of the field come off of turn number 4. No change, Galko and Hirschman. Here's Corner to the inside of Narducci in the 3, Corner in the 31. That's a bid for about the 18th spot on the speedway, just behind Marcotte. Swanson in that pack of traffic as well as they exit turn number 2 and race up the back straightaway. Not quite a half a lap behind the race leader, Matt Galko, but close. Halfway home, 40 down, 40 to go.
While that has been going on, Jake Johnson pulled to the inside and picked up 2 positions. Joey Cipriano is there with the number 51 car, and it is Marcotte right there with that pack of cars. Meanwhile, Noah Corner, Ryan Narducci slips up the track in Old Blue, 3 wide. Joey Cipriano has picked up another spot. Cipriano at the bottom of the top 20. Hodgson is in 20th. Cipriano is in 19th. Back up front, Stephen Kopsik.
That's for 13th on the speedway as Kopsik was on pit road a little bit ago, trying to make his way back up toward the front.
He had a podium run in the last Monaco Modified Tri-Track Series event. There is the number 50 car. Good battle still. It appears that Joey Cipriano in that 51 can't shake off the Marcotte kid or Teddy Hodgson. Matty Swanson's had a day he'd like to forget so far, as the 25, which is usually dialed into perfection, he has been struggling with that. 44 of the 80 now complete.
36 laps to go and a challenge up front for the lead. Here comes Matt Hirschman to the inside for the top spot over Matt Galko, who has to settle for second. Short-lived battle at the front. Matt Hirschman making it look easy up the back straightaway and becomes the 3rd different leader of this event.
While Hirschman pulls away, it almost appears that Matty Galko's car, perhaps the tires, are starting to go away because he was so strong for so long, and now the margin is 0.409. A little further back, Joey Mucciacciaro moves to the inside. Matty Swanson still is struggling as he continues to try to get into the top 20. And Michael Christopher, Steve LeMay's car, and there is Goodale down underneath Woody pit cap.
Trouble front straightaway, 1 car spins. It's Glenn Reen again in the 10A. And like you said earlier, when it's not your day, it is not your day. And this is incident number 3 now, at least 3, for Glenn Reen, one of which did not produce a caution flag off of turn 2 a couple laps ago.
You know, we also want to point out here, Eric Goodale, car number 58. He started 17th in the starting lineup. Now, Goodale is a closer, and he is up to the 6th position. He actually had the 5th.
Speakers here, and it looks
The 60 of
But follow him. Goodale.
set junior. Let's see what we got now for the rest of the race.
Well, here we go. Lights are off on the safety vehicle. Keep your eyes on the 2nd row in this event as we go back to green. Now remember, they do not have the fresher tires, but maybe their strategy is going to pay off. Jake Johnson is in that pack in the 2nd row. Craig Lutz leads Steven Kopsick. Down the back straightaway, Kopsick gives a smooch to the back bumper. No love affair there. Meanwhile, Joey Muchacharo, the Mooch, is battling. But Matt Hirschman has a car that is more like a slot car in a kid's game. It goes anywhere it wants to, and it sticks like glue.
has already passed half of the cars that stayed out on the racetrack under the last caution. Has 3 more in front of him, including Jake Johnson as Steven Kopsick peeks out of line for the race lead on Craig Lutz. Car number 46 brings him back to turn number 2. Here's Hirschman for 3rd on Jake Johnson. He'll take that spot away.
Hirschman up to the 3rd position. Meanwhile, Woody Pitkat is coming to the front of the field in the 5th spot. Eric Goodale, car 58, is in the 6th position, but not for long, because all of a sudden Ronnie Silk is up to 7th. Down the back straightaway. Motoring away. Craig Lutz, the Lutz Cracker, got back behind the wheel of this car. He has won before at Stafford. And now the Lutz machine is performing to perfection. Things are singled out in the top 9, and then we've got the first side-by-side battle. Goodale has worked his way back there.
That's the battle just into the top 10 as they make their way up the back straightaway. Battle for 2nd has already changed hands. Didn't take long for Matt Hirschman to get to the inside of Steven Kopsick for the runner-up spot. Behind them, Woody Pitkat looking to make his way back into the top 5 around Joey Muchacharo for 5th. Then he will take that spot and will bring Ron Silk with him to the inside. Silk now in the 6th position.
While Silk sets in the 6th spot, Joey Muchacharo drops back a little bit to 7th, and here comes Matty Galco. Matty Galco is coming to the front of the field like the hot knife through butter. Back up front, about to take a slice on the position number 1, looking for the title in the 10th season for the Monaco Modified Tri-Track Series. Matt Hirschman, $15,000 is all the incentive he needs. You wave it in front of him, he gets a sniff of it, and he never lets up. And Muchacharo, after a brilliant run, mechanical woes, the story for him. What a heartbreaker. He was in the top 5, and now that car comes to a screeching halt down on pit road.
Comes Ron Silk further back, just into the top 5, picks up the 4th spot on Jake Johnson as they make their way off of turn number 4. Woody Pitkat, part of that battle. Matt Galco lost 9 spots on the pit lane. Connor was down there watching that stop, and it was slow compared to a lot of the people he was racing around. And Galco making his way back to the front. Teddy Hodgson was running in the front half of the field a lap ago in car 55. He is slow on the back straightaway, using the inside access road to try to get that car back to the pit lane. Was aggressive early on in the race, and now will, looks like, fall short of finishing here tonight.
Look at the battle we've got here. Woody Pitkat. He's being the blocker in this one. And what a move Pitkat has pulled off. With him, he brings Matty Galco. Jake Johnson drops back 1. Here comes Ronnie Silk. Going, gone. As now Silk has moved on to the podium in the top 3. 60 laps of 80. 20 laps to go, $15,000 is on the line.
Zach him off the pace, front straightaway, car number 13. As the race leaders tighten up once again, here comes Ron Silk, closing in on both Craig Lutz and Matt Hirschman. Lutz, a former winner of the Napa Fall Final. Hirschman, last year's winner of the Napa Spring Sizzler.
Zackham comes to almost a halt. He's trying to get that car to pit road. And then back up front, here comes Ronnie Silk. Pulls to the inside of Lutz. That's where the tire situation is coming into play. Silk's got the feel goods on from the last pit stop. And he now moves into second. If you think Ronnie Silk is done, you are wrong. But the clock is ticking. 17 circuits remaining. Now, watch Matty Galko starting to work over Steven Kopsik. Galko on the back bumper, testing the waters just a bit. And Galko trying everything, Kyle. High and then low. It just doesn't seem to work.
It has a fast race car. Unfortunately, all of that time and position lost on the pit lane has really hurt Matt Galko, who has bounced back nicely since we went back under the green flag. Closing in on Kopsik now for fourth. Galko in fifth. Woody Pitcat, part of that mix as well, in the sixth spot. But that battle, a full straightaway behind race leader Matt Hirschman, who is beginning to check out. Galko now to the inside of Kopsik.
And now Woody Pitcat's coming with Matty Galko. He goes to the inside of Kopsik. That is going to bump Kopsik back to the sixth position. 66 of 80. And the laps continue to tick away. Matt Hirschman. There is Goodale now working over Jake Johnson in the number 15 car. And directly behind him is Marcello Rufano. Rufano had a very quick car early in this event. There goes Goodale. Jake Johnson slips up just a bit. Marcello Rufano looks for a piece of real estate. Can't claim it. There's a nice three-car battle going on. And that is for the 7th, 8th, and 9th positions. Goodale moves up the food chain. 69, make it 70 when they come back to the line. 10 laps to go. Kyle, it appears that nobody is going to be able to catch Matt Hirschman if he continues at this rate in the final 10.
Yep, looks good right now at the front of the field, continuing to draw away from Ron Silk in second, who is also unchallenged over this great battle for third on the back straightaway. Craig Lutz and Matt Galko. Galko to the inside, takes that spot away. Lutz falls back in the line in the fourth spot. They are well ahead, that is, of Woody Pitcat in position number 5. Getting down to it. A little bit of lap traffic for Matt Hirschman. He may see a bunch before this one is all said and done. And will that slow him enough to allow Ron Silk to close in?
And as Ron Silk is not as strong as he was just a few laps ago, the car that is running in third, Matty Galko, car number 3, is getting quicker and stronger. He is actually closing in on your second place car, which is Ronnie Silk. I don't believe that Matt Galko is done, but will time run out in the afterburner of this event, the final event of the season in the Monaco Modified Tri-Track Series? Matty Galko is coming. Hirschman is continuing to be Superman at the front of this field.
Yeah, Galko's got a great race car up to third. Running out of time, though, to catch at least Matt Hirschman. He might get Silk with 5 laps to go. Lap traffic could factor in as there's a bunch of cars, including Eric Berndt, Glenn Reen and company toward the tail end of the field, just in front of Matt Hirschman as they exit turn number 2. Margin is 9/10 of a second to Ron Silk. Another half second back to Matt Galko in car number 3. and they are tightening up even more now, coming to 4 laps to go.
They're coming up on heavy lap traffic. For Matt Hirschman, it doesn't appear to be a problem. But will it be a problem for Ronnie Silk and Matty Galco? 4 circuits, 2 miles left in the competition. Heavy traffic up ahead. Matty Galco is getting closer to Ronnie Silk. Hirschman being very smart but cautious. And yes, it's not your imagination. With 2 laps remaining, Matty Galco is moving in on Ronnie Silk.
And about 5 car lengths behind Matt Hirschman into the final 2 laps. Hirschman now will clear another lap car off of turn number 2, and he may be good for the final lap and a half. We'll see as they come off of turn number 4, looking for the white flag. 1 lap to go for Matt Hirschman, looking for a win here in the 50th Napa Fall Final, a year and a half after winning the 50th Napa Spring Sizzler. He's up the backstretch for the final time.
Deep into turn number 3, Matt Hirschman will be the champion and win $15,000 here at Stafford for the Napa Fall Final. Ronnie Silk will finish in 2nd. Matty Galco for 3rd. Good run for Craig Lutz to finish in the 4th spot. Woody Pitcat for 5. Marcello Rafano for 6. Goodale will finish in 7th. Stephen Kopsick for 8th. Johnson will finish in the 9th spot. And Brian Narducci to round out the top 10.
Ronnie Williams, Mike Christopher.